Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mass Effect playthrough. We just got done with Feros, which was the last main story mission that we have access to. We'll get some more in a little bit, hopefully. But just to recap what happened there, we discovered the colony of Zhu's Hope. We helped it out a little bit, and then we went to the Exogeny headquarters, and that's what most of the playthrough last time was exploring the Exogeny headquarters. We explored its headquarters and discovered that the colony of Zhu's Hope was actually being influenced by a plant called the Thorian, and the Thorian was mind controlling them and influencing the colonists to act in ways that they normally wouldn't act. And so we, decided that we needed to destroy it. We returned to Zhu's Hope, and with the help of the exogenic scientists, developed a way to save the colonists and destroy the plant, the Thorian. We discovered after after we destroyed the Thorian, that the Thorian was an ancient species. It was around when the Reapers wiped out the Protheans, and so we, and because of that, it had valuable knowledge that Saren needed to find the conduit. Saren had sent an Asari named Shiala to get that knowledge for him, and transfer it to him because they needed her biotic powers to do that. And so Shiala did the same for us and transferred that Cipher, is what she called it, which is just basically the ancestral memory of the entire Prothean species, to us. However, it still doesn't make much sense. We're still not certain exactly what it means, so we're gonna head back onto the Normandy.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Commander, you look pale. Are you suffering any ill effects from the Cipher?
The Cipher shook me up a bit.
I might be able to help you. I am an expert on the Protheans. If I join my consciousness to yours, maybe we can make some sense of it.
Do it. Hurry. We don't have much time.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity.
It's very scary. It isn't much different from the last time I looked at it, but somehow it's gonna make sense.
It is a distress call. A message sent out across the Prothean Empire. A warning against the Reapers. But the warning came too late.
What about the conduit?
There were other images, locations, places I recognized from my research. Ilos! The conduit is on Ilos! That is why Saren needed to find the Mu relay. It is the only way to get to Ilos.
We have to get to Ilos.
Yep.
Forget it. The Mu relay's inside the Terminus systems. Alliance ships are not welcome there. Neither are Spectres.
Well, screw them.
The conduit's on Ilos. That's where Saren is heading. I plan to be waiting when he gets there.
Saren will have his entire fleet orbiting Ilos. You will never make it down to the surface without reinforcements. You need to alert the Council. We need a fleet to... Oh, I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
Dr. Chakwas should take a look at you.
Yep.
That will not be necessary.
Nope.
I just need some rest.
Just
somewhere
recommend
quiet.
doctors look at you.
We're done here. Dismissed.
And then, so it's back to the Citadel to give our report to the Council. 5 guesses how that's gonna go.
I forwarded the mission update to the Citadel, Commander. We got confirmation on those reinforcements. Ambassador Udino wants us to report back to the Citadel. The Council's massing a joint species fleet to deal with Saren and his geth.
I knew they'd come around. Back to the Citadel, Joker. I want the Normandy at the head of that fleet.
Yes, sir.
So enthusiastic.
Good job, Shepard. Thanks to you, the Council's finally taking real action against Saren.
You're
The
freaking
ambassador
welcome.
is correct. If Saren is foolish enough to attack the Citadel, as you believe, we will be ready for him.
Patrols are stationed at every mass relay linking Citadel space to the Terminus systems.
You think a blockade's going to stop him? He's on Ilos looking for the conduit right now. What are you doing about that?
Ilos is only accessible to the Mu relay, deep inside the Terminus systems, Commander. If we send a fleet in there, the only possible outcome is full-scale war.
Now is the time for discretion, Commander. Saren's greatest weapon was secrecy. Exposed, he is no longer a threat. This is over.
One ship going into the Terminus systems won't start a war. I can be discreet.
You detonated a nuclear device on Vermeer. I wouldn't call
What
that
choice did I
discreet.
freaking have?
Your style served you well in the Traverse, Commander. We recognize that. But Ilos requires a deft touch. We have the situation under control.
Secrecy isn't his greatest weapon. The conduit is.
Saren is a master manipulator. The conduit is just a distraction from his real plan to attack the Citadel.
Sovereign's
not.
the real threat. Saren's just a servant of the Reapers.
Only you have seen the Reapers, and then only in visions. We won't invade the Terminus systems because of a dream.
If Saren finds the conduit, we're all screwed. We have to go to Ilos.
Yup. We're screwed.
Ambassador Udina, I get the sense Commander Shepard isn't willing to let this go.
There are serious political implications here, Shepard. Humanity's made great gains thanks to you, but now you're becoming more trouble than you're worth.
You bastard! You're selling us out!
Sounds right.
It's just politics, Commander. You've done your job, now let me do mine. We've locked out all the Normandy's primary systems until further notice you're grounded.
Are you insane? After everything I've done, you still don't believe me?
I think it's time for you and your team to leave, Commander. This no longer concerns you. The Council can handle this, with my help, of course.
I freaking hate Udina so freaking much. I want to punch him in the face.
How you holding up, Skipper?
If I hadn't heard Sovereign talk, I wouldn't believe it either. I should have predicted the Council's response.
You're an optimist, Shepard. I guess we'll have to consider this part of humanity's learning experience.
We'll think of something. I'm not giving up just on Udina's say-so.
Whatever you come up with, you can count me in. I know I'm not the easiest person in the world to get to know, so I'll do you a favor. Just this once. I want you to be happy. Whatever you need, I'll help. There. You made me say it. Boom goes my feminine mystique.
I can keep a secret if you can.
No.
You
I don't
better.
understand. I do this every time. I tried really hard not to romance Ashley. And somehow it always ends up at this. Like, I don't know what I didn't do. Like, I don't know. I don't
Sorry
know.
to interrupt, Commander. Got a message
I
from
did it
Captain
successfully
Anderson.
last time, actually. But this time I didn't.
What did he want?
Only said to meet him in that club in the wards. Flux.
Sounds important. You'd better go.
Definitely. Take my 2 favorite squad members with me.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
Let me out.
Logged.
Let
The
me
commanding
out.
officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
All right.
After years of poor economic performance, ExoGeni has announced that its research colony on Feros is finally returning a profit.
You're
New
welcome.
discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for ExoGeni. ExoGeni stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
Understandable. All right. Well, Flux is in the wards. Captain
You should
Anderson.
be careful who you say that around.
It's out of my hands, Rita.
I'm glad you came, Shepard. I heard what happened.
They pulled me off the mission. Just like when they forced you to give up the Normandy.
Ah,
I know,
yes.
I'm sorry.
Look at that angry
I wanted
face.
to warn you, but there was no way to get a message to you before you docked. I know you're pissed off right now, but you can't give up. They all think this is over, but we both know it's not.
No, it's not.
You have to go to Isla.
Dang straight.
You have to stop Saren from using the conduit.
There's only one ship that can get me into the Terminus systems undetected, and she's grounded.
Citadel controls locked out all the Normandy's systems, but if we override the Ambassador's orders, we can get them to bring the Normandy back online. You can be in the Terminus systems before anyone even knows you're gone.
If we steal the Normandy, you're the one left holding the bag.
And if Saren finds the conduit, life as we know it is over. The Reapers will destroy us. Humans, Asari, everybody. You're the only one who can stop him, Shepard. So I'll do whatever it takes to get you on the Normandy and off this station.
I won't forget this, Captain.
Nope,
I promise.
We'll not forget this.
I can unlock the Normandy from one of the consoles in the Citadel Control Center. You'll have a few minutes before anyone realizes what happened.
That's a restricted area patrolled by armed guards. How are you gonna get in?
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're in the Normandy when the systems come back online.
You're gonna get yourself killed. There has to be another way.
Ambassador Udina issued the lockdown order. If I can hack into the computer in his office,
yeah, let's
maybe
do that.
I can override it.
He won't just stand by while you use his computer.
Hopefully he won't be there. If he is, I'll just have to think of something.
The Ambassador won't forget this. You'll be charged with treason, a capital offense.
We don't have a lot of options. I break into the Ambassador's computer, or I take my chances with the patrols in Citadel Control.
Break into his office.
You'll have a better chance if you go after the Ambassador's computer.
I was hoping you'd say that. The Ambassador has made this personal.
So why did you suggest the other one
ready
first?
to get the hell off this station, Commander?
Yes.
Let's do it.
I'll take care of the lockdown. You get down to the Normandy and tell Joker to stand by.
Let's go.
Pardon me, soldier. Could I take a moment of your time?
Nope, I've got a galaxy to save. Ain't got no time for this.
What's with the helmets, Tali? Are all Quarians shy? Or do you not believe in letting outsiders see your faces?
No, living in the clean environment of the flotilla has weakened our immune systems. The environmental suits protect against diseases.
Naturally. Anything that isn't constantly challenged grows weak.
It makes sense. Tali's not offended at all. Alright, let's get the heck out of here.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Anderson, what are you doing here? I didn't send...
Get us out of here, Joker. Now!
Let's go. Doesn't look like much of a fleet there to protect the Citadel if you're expecting this massive giant attack. Alright, well, let's do it. Let's go to Ilos. Alright, here we go. Made it to Ilos. Oh, we made it to, yeah, we made it to Ilos. Let's go. Got this. Oh yeah, this part.
Skipper?
You don't have to call me that. I'm a traitor now. I probably shouldn't even be wearing this uniform.
We had to do this, Shepard. You know that. There was no other way. And you'll always be the skipper to me. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
First Alfred Tennyson, now Walt Whitman. You're full of surprises.
Dad loved all those sappy poets. Mom was more into Plath. I'm not a word person, Shepard. Other people say what I mean better than I do. We're mutineers, sailing a stolen warship into the most hostile system in the galaxy. I couldn't blame the Council for calling us reckless or aggressive.
Just a few months ago, you would've.
I've had some things to think about since coming aboard.
Dang straight you have.
Closes all. But something ere the end, some work of noble note, may yet be done. Not unbecoming men that strove with gods. We'll get home again, Shepard. I believe you'll lead us through. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Ash, I don't always want to lead you. Sometimes I'd like to stand beside you.
I tried really hard, guys. I don't know why this is happening.
Is that an admission of something, Shepard? I have a better idea. How about I lead? I've spent my whole life fighting to get what I want. To get it done, I had to bury a lot of things. During that whole time, not even once did I feel like I was worth what I was fighting for. You make me feel good enough.
Ash, I'd like nothing more than to be with you now.
Not what I'm trying to do.
But with everything that's going on...
You're worried about the crew, aren't you? Alright, we'll put a pin in it. Just so they don't get all jealous. After, though, assuming we don't get the firing squad, I'm gonna blow your mind. Guess I'll head back to my bunk and, find something to entertain myself. Sleep tight, Shepard.
Bridge to Commander Shepard. We're 5 minutes out from the Mu relay.
I'm coming up. Prep the ship for silent run.
I don't think
Aye,
they
aye, sir.
actually ever expected... I mean, like, clearly they planned for it, but like, I don't think they actually expected people to be like, nah, I'm turning down all the romance options. I just don't like... yeah, no. That's... it is what it is. We're gonna go in. No naughty, no PG-13 stuff on this. No naughty stuff. Yeet me across the galaxy. I guess when you look at it like that, it's less of a yeet and more of a push.
Commander? We've got company.
Have their sensors picked us up yet?
Well, stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea we're here.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer. I've looked.
Drop us into Mako.
Presley.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? No way we can make a drop in there.
We have to try.
Find another landing zone.
There is no other landing zone.
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option. It's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker?
I can do it.
Gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
Alright, let's go, Rex and Tally.
You two, keep moving. Inside, now.
So close.
We have to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There's no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren found some way to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
Most likely.
We'll have to find some way to get it up and running again.
Why is she losing your... That's just weird that she loses her sound. She doesn't sound like a... Which, to be fair, maybe she shouldn't. Like, we have technology. We have technology nowadays that makes it pretty, like, if we're talking through, and I guess talking through some, I don't know. Oh, I hate having two arms. Barrier. Good job, Rex. An armature, which means I can't lift it. Can I stasis it? Yes, I can stasis it. But if I get shot by it, I die. Anyway, let's try that again. We'll keep that in mind since I can stasis. Now we can stasis it.
My people once tried to find this world. We'd hoped we could...
Much mini gap. This, so I can make sure I get one stasis. Barrier up. This will be re-stasis. Wait, did I stasis them both? Death. There's an elevator there. Alright, just trying to make sure I'm going the right way. Alright. I'm just trying to just go through this as quickly as possible. Nope, this was the way to go. Okay. Moving so fast the computer hasn't even had time to load. That's what that little brief screen was, just loading. Oh, you're unconscious, Tally. I am so sorry. I did not realize that you had died there, and I went, of course, into a place that I didn't want to be. Wow, Tally, I am so terribly sorry. I did not realize that you were that close, that you were that happened to you. Let's go sniper rifle, barrier. Alright, keep moving. Screw you. Thank you. You're the freaking worst. This is my stasis. Ugh. There you go. I was like, I just need you to hold still for 5 seconds. Alright, up we go. Take a good long last look at my friends.
This place still has power. It must be running off its own generator.
I bet this is the command center for the entire complex. Saren's troops must have sealed the doors from here after he went inside. We'll have to figure out how to disengage the security lockdown if we ever want to get inside that bunker.
I'm sure we can figure that out. Edit that out. Alright. Oh wow, I overheated again. Ouch. Pick Tally back up. You wanna shoot it? Or are you just gonna sit there and take it, Rex? Seemed very unnecessary. Like, why the heck did you just sit there and take it? Are you just into that kind of stuff, Rex? I don't know. Alright. There we go. Up the... And not... Why can't I go up there? Is there something I still have to kill back here? I shouldn't have to do all of these. And I can really quickly. I have the meta gel to just go Hadoop. Not sure what's going on. I'm gonna save real quick and load back in. See if that fixes it.
My people once tried to find this world. We'd hoped we could settle here, but we didn't know it would feel so unwell.
Okay, I know what's going on. That's the way down. We're not ready to go down yet. We have to go up first. I have to come over here. I don't know. I missed it. It's over there. Yeah, okay, I have to go up in there. Okay. This is it. I missed it. My bad. I thought this was on like another upper level. Didn't realize it was right here.
Come on. Saren's already got a head start. We have to go find him before he reaches the conduit.
Unless he's already found it, then we're just walking into a trap.
That's a chance we'll have to take.
Yep.
Hold on. Something's happening.
Too late. Unable to... Invading fleets. No escape.
Sounds like some kind of message, but I don't recognize the language.
It's probably in Prothean. This recording must be 50,000 years old. No wonder we can't understand it.
The message is all broken up, but I recognize some of the words. It's a warning against the Reaper invasion.
Incredible! The Cipher must have transferred an understanding of the Prothean language into your mind.
Well, that's great.
Unsafe. Seek refuge inside the archives.
What's it saying? Can you make out anything useful?
Not particularly.
Odd Reapers. The Citadel. Overwhelmed. Only hope act of desperation. The conduit... All is lost.
It said something about the conduit, but it's too degraded to help. We should go.
Yep.
Cannot be stopped.
Red that out. That would be my thumbnail. And now we can go to that elevator I was trying to go to before. So that'll take us down to our good old friend, the Mako. Alright, so this just brought us back where we were, right? Yeah, the Mako's over this way. Because there it is, the small gaps that they use to make sure that you can't take the Mako to the place they don't want you to use the Mako. It's game design.
Okay, who votes we take the vehicle into the creepy underground bunker?
Yep, good idea. And we go.
I thought Saren would have set some kind of trap or ambush for us. They must have been in too much of a hurry.
I gotta
Or we just
remember
haven't
that.
run into it yet.
I can't sprint over, I can't boost over those roots. It will always knock me over like that. I discovered that last time I was here.
What are all those things on the wall? Some kind of container?
They look like stasis pods. The
Basically, what they're going to say is they look like stasis pods. The Protheans are probably high. We're probably trying to be in them. Whoa. That's what they were trying to say, but we were moving a little bit too fast. I don't understand how they ever expect anyone to hear that entire line. Because I can't expect that anyone is just coming in here normally.
What's happening?
It's a trap! Saren must have set an ambush.
I don't think Saren's behind this.
I don't know either.
If this were simply an automated trap, Saren would have triggered it. What do you think this is?
Don't get your hopes up. The only thing we can depend on right now is ourselves.
That's true.
You are not Prothean, but you are not machine either. This eventuality was one of many that was anticipated. This is why we sent our warning through the beacons.
Looks like some kind of VI program. Pretty badly damaged.
I do not sense the taint of indoctrination upon any of you. Unlike the other that passed recently. Perhaps there is still hope.
Wait a minute. How come I can understand you? Why aren't you speaking the Prothean language?
I have been monitoring your communications since you arrived at this facility. I have translated my output into a format you will comprehend.
That makes sense.
My name is Vigil. You are safe here for the moment, but that is likely to change. Soon, nowhere will be safe.
Why did you bring me here?
You must break a cycle that has continued for millions of years. But to stop it, you must understand, or you will make the same mistakes we did. The Citadel is the heart of your civilization and the seat of government.
Yep.
As it was with us, and as it has been with every civilization that came before us. But the Citadel is a trap. The station is actually an enormous mass relay. One that links to dark space, the empty void beyond the galaxy's horizon. When the Citadel relay is activated, The Reapers will pour through, and all you know will be destroyed.
The Reapers can wipe out the Council and the entire Citadel fleet in a single surprise attack.
That was our fate. Our leaders were dead before we even realized we were under attack. The Reapers seized control of the Citadel, and through it, the mass relays. Communication and transportation across our empire were crippled. Each star system was isolated, cut off from the others. Easy prey for the Reaper fleets. Over the next decades, the Reapers systematically obliterated our people. World by world, system by system, they methodically wiped us out.
Some of you must have managed to survive.
Through the Citadel, the Reapers had access to all our records, maps, census data. Information is power, and they knew everything about us.
It's unfortunate.
Their fleets advanced across every settled region of the galaxy. Some worlds were utterly destroyed. Others were conquered, their populations enslaved. These indoctrinated servants became sleeper agents under Reaper control. Taken in as refugees by other Protheans, they betrayed them to the machines.
That sucks.
Within a few centuries, the Reapers had killed or enslaved every Prothean in the galaxy. They were relentless, brutal, and absolutely thorough.
I don't understand. Where did the Reapers go after they conquered your people?
Our worlds were stripped bare, harvested by the indoctrinated slaves. Everything of value, all resources, all technology was taken. Certain that all advanced organic life had been extinguished, the Reapers retreated back through the Citadel relay into dark space, sealing it behind them. All evidence of the Reaper invasion had been wiped away. Only their indoctrinated slaves were left behind, abandoned. Mindless husks, no longer capable of independent thought, the indoctrinated soon starved or died of exposure. The genocide of the Protheans was complete.
That sucks.
You said you brought me here for a reason. Tell me what I need to do.
The conduit is the key. Before the Reapers attacked, we Protheans were on the cusp of unlocking the mysteries behind mass relay technology. Ilos was a top-secret facility. Here, researchers worked to create a small-scale version of a mass relay, one that linked directly to the Citadel, the hub of the relay network.
The conduit's not a weapon. It's a back door onto the Citadel.
What happened next?
We severed all communication with the outside,
The one time when
and
there's
our
not like an
facility
awkward
went
pause
dark.
between them.
The personnel retreated underground into these archives. To conserve resources, everyone was put into cryogenic stasis. I was programmed to monitor the facility and wake the staff when the danger had passed. But the genocide of an entire species is a long, slow process. Years passed, decades, centuries. The Reapers persisted, and my energy reserves were dwindling.
How did you survive?
I began to disable the life support of non-essential personnel. First support staff, then security. One by one, their pods were shut down to conserve energy.
Bang.
Eventually, only the stasis pods of the top scientists remained active. Even these were in danger of failing when the Reapers finally retreated back through the Citadel relay.
There were hundreds of stasis pods out there. You just shut them down? You killed them?
You were programmed to protect them, not kill them.
This outcome was not completely unforeseen. My actions were a result of contingency programming entered on my creation.
I bet they didn't tell the non-essential staff about this contingency.
I saved key personnel. When the Reapers retreated, the top researchers were still alive. My actions are the only reason any hope remains. When the researchers woke, they realized the Prothean species was doomed. There were only a dozen individuals left, far too few to sustain a viable population. Yet they vowed to find some way to stop the Reapers from returning, a way to break the cycle forever, and they knew the Keepers were the key.
Aren't they under the influence of the Reapers?
The Keepers are controlled by the Citadel. Before each invasion, a signal is sent through the station compelling the Keepers to activate the Citadel relay. After decades of feverish study, the scientists discovered a way to alter this signal. Using the conduit, they gained access to the Citadel and made the modifications.
Thank goodness.
This time, when Sovereign sent the signal to the Citadel, the Keepers ignored it. The Reapers are trapped in dark space.
Saren can use the conduit to bypass all the Citadel's external defenses.
Correct. And once inside, he can transfer control of the station to Sovereign. Sovereign will override the Citadel systems and manually open the relay. And the cycle of extinction will begin again.
Is there any way we can stop them?
There's a data file in my console. Take a copy when you go. When you reach the Citadel's master control unit, upload it to the station. It will corrupt the Citadel's security protocols and give you temporary control of the station. It might give you a chance against Sovereign.
Wait. Where's the Citadel's master control unit? I've never heard of anything like that.
Through the conduit. Follow Saren. He will lead you to your destination.
Alright, let's go.
Saren's got enough of a head start. Grab that data file and let's go.
The one you call Saren has not reached the conduit. Not yet. There is still hope if you hurry.
Let's hurry then. All right. Well, we're coming rapidly to the close of this of the game, and this series, of course. Here's hoping that we can make it.
It's tragic. For all their great achievements, the Protheans lost everything, just like my people. Even their last plan failed.
Keep it moving. I've got no intention of ending up like them.
Well, you've got a few more problems, Rex, and that. Oh, don't boost over the route, or I will get flipped. I don't want to be flipped again. Ouch, there's a route there. I had a dream the other night where I was driving the Mako, like in real life. It was awful. I hate driving in general, and so like driving something like this, I was just like, nah, bro. I ain't doing that. Alright, let's see. Keep moving. I think we're just gonna boost past that Colossus. Yep. There we go. Alright, let's keep on, because that's probably what I would do in an actual situation like this. I would just boost past it. So that way, I didn't have to, I could keep caught up with Saren. Because ideally what I'd want to do is I'd want to shoot Saren before he got to the Citadel. That's not what's going to happen, obviously, because that would make sense in the game. But that's what I'd want to try to do. Holy crap, this is so long. I don't remember this being this long to get there. There it is.
There! The conduit! It's incredible.
Can I not pause?
We don't have time to admire the view.
Thanks,
we have to
Rex.
get through that relay, and these Geth aren't going to make it easy on us.
Oh, this sucks.
Activate the defenses! Seal the station! The arms aren't moving. Systems not responding. Abandon the Citadel! Evacuate the Council!
That would suck to have to be the one to make that call. Woo! Let's go!
Hang on, things are gonna get a little rough.
We got this. Come on, come on. Oh, stop shooting me. Please stop shooting me. Ow, 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 ow. And yeet! Across the galaxy. Did it. We made it.
Critical failures detected across all monitored systems. Please begin emergency evacuation.
Okay, and with that, that's what we're gonna call that episode. We're one more episode after this, so we got to. I remember that we said we weren't gonna get to 12 episodes. Obviously, I lied. Not intentionally, but we are gonna we are gonna call the episode there for the day. We have one more episode left, and we will have wrapped this series. And so yeah. Okay, thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.